While snoozing in his bed, Ricky could feel someone shaking him, trying to wake him up. Wake up, Ricky. It's morning. Ricky opens his eyes and looks at Mummy standing by his bedside with a small sapling in her hand. Get up, darling. It's morning. Mummy, what are you doing early in the morning with that sapling in your hand? Well, today is the National Tree Plantation Day, son. I thought you and I could go out and plant this tree together. Now come on, get up. Let's go out and plant this. Mummy, do I really have to get up on a Sunday for such a silly task? Please, Mummy, let me sleep some more. What difference does it make if the nature gets short of one tree? I'll do it some other time or day. Mummy gives up. She puts the sapling on the table and goes out of the room. Ricky goes back to sleep. After a while, once again Ricky feels someone shaking him, trying to wake him up. Only this time, when he turns around and opens his eyes, it isn't Mummy standing by his bedside. It is a little white bunny. Ricky rubs his eyes to make sure he isn't dreaming. But the bunny is still there. Ricky is baffled. Just then, the bunny says, Ricky, get up! Quick! We need your help! Ricky jolts with shock. A talking bunny in my bedroom? I am surely dreaming. He pinches himself to wake up from the dream, but it doesn't help. The bunny is still there. Please, Ricky, come out. Help us. Us? Who? Ricky asks the bunny. Bunny takes Ricky by his arm to the living room. Ricky cannot believe his eyes. He stands still and looks in complete shock at a living room full of wild animals. Ricky slaps his cheek and shudders to make sure he isn't hallucinating or dreaming. But the animals are still there. What's going on? He says aloud. Mummy, Mummy, where are you? Ricky starts to run around the house looking for his mummy, but no one is there. Then Bunny comes after Ricky and looks at him with hopeful eyes. With no other option left, Ricky asks Bunny, What's going on? Why do I have wild animals in my living room? We had nowhere else to go. We have come to live with you, Ricky. The trees have gone on strike. What? What are you saying? This makes no sense. Yes, you heard it right. The trees have gone on strike. They asked us to leave the jungle, saying they cannot provide us shelter anymore, and we should look for some other abode. Oh, this is definitely a dream. How can trees go on a strike? This is extremely outlandish. But they have, Ricky. Bunny asserts. Why? And how? Well, this morning, the trees unexpectedly told all the animals that they are tired of providing for all of us while no one cares to think of them. They refused to give their shade, yield, and shelter and asked us to go and live with humans, as they are the ones who have taken away everything from the jungles. Ricky cannot believe what he's hearing. He feels very helpless. He goes to the window for some fresh air. Through the window, he looks outside at a blanket of black smoke covering the sky. Ooh, what's that? That's carbon. Carbon? Yes, the trees have stopped consuming carbon from the air in the cities. Why? They say they are terribly less in number, and due to that, they have to overwork to take in the ever-increasing volume of carbon in the air in the cities. They feel choked all the time, and this reduces their lifespan. The humans are so busy in their own world that they do not feel the impact their reckless behavior and lifestyle is creating on trees. They say they cannot do this anymore. Ricky sits on the sofa with his head in his hands. He still cannot believe what is going on. He decides to step out and walked to the woodlands to see for himself what was going on. As he steps out, Ricky notices that the whole area is flooded with water from the previous night's rainfall. What's all this? The bunny comes after him. There is flooding everywhere as the trees haven't been soaking enough water into their roots. They say there is only a limit to which they can soak in so much water. Since there are hardly any trees left in this area, excess water causes rotting and destruction. Due to lack of soft, muddy ground, the water in the cities gets dumped into the rivers which they cannot handle, and this in turn leads to flooding. Ricky somehow manages to reach the forest. As soon as he reaches the forest, he spots an apple tree. Ricky had not eaten anything since morning. He feels hungry and tries to pluck an apple. But the branches of the apple tree shove him away. He makes multiple attempts but fails every time. Finally, he gives up. He feels exhausted and sits under the shade of the tree. To his disbelief, the tree closes its branches and refuses to give him any shade. Ricky feels exasperated. "What is wrong with you?" he snaps at the tree. Suddenly, the tree responds. Well, look who's talking. May I ask, what is wrong with you?" Ricky is shocked. Apple tree continues. "Can't you humans see the obvious? You consider yourself the smartest species ever, and yet you cannot understand the simple importance of trees in your life? We wonder when will you all stop slumbering in your beds while we are rotting by the day. You have us working like slaves day and night. All we ask in return is a little love and care. But instead, you use us and kill us for your own good. Do you not understand that you have no life without us?" Ricky is absolutely stunned. He doesn't know what to say. The least you can do is to just let us be. But no, you go ahead and deplete us in every possible way you can. We have been calling out for help for years now, but we cannot go on like this anymore. We cannot support you any longer. We are dying, and humans like you cannot even take the time out to plant one little sapling to help us. Unless we get our share of care and significance, we refuse to fulfill any of your demands. Ricky stands there, dumbstruck. He looks at the world around him without trees and is horrified beyond imagination. He promises the trees of the jungle that from now on he will plant more saplings and encourage people around him to do it too. He runs back to his house. On the way, he slips into a puddle and hits his head. When he gets up, he finds himself in his bed. He realizes he had been dreaming all along and takes a deep breath. He understands he made a big mistake by refusing to plant the sapling. He gets ready fast and runs outside with the sapling. He calls his mummy to go out and plant the tree. "Mummy, Mummy, let's go and plant this." Ricky also calls all his friends to join him in his drive.